This year, we're performing a double bill plus. There is a series of chamber operas written in the late 17th century in France about different aspects of Versailles, that magnificent palace that Louis made his playground. We wanted to create a portrait of Versailles by performing several of these.
So we're talking about pieces that were created in the 1680s, which is near the end of the life of Jean-Baptiste Lully, who had dominated music under Louis XIV until that moment. But a couple of his most talented contemporaries, Charpentier and Lalande, were sort of waiting for their chance. And in some ways, pieces like this were their chance to show at court what they could do.
In one evening, you experience the music and the dramaturgical approach of the three main composers of this period in France, at least for vocal and dramatic music, although the three of them were also very famous for their church music and the music they were writing for the Catholic liturgy at the time. But in one evening you experience what exactly the court and Louis XIV would have experienced at the time in a musical program.
The singers at Versailles and the people who were living there, the courtiers, would be dancing at least a few hours a day. So Carlos Fitante, the choreographer for this show, has made some beautiful dances that were done at the time. So these singers would have known these dances. And they've beautifully captured the different rhythms and colors and characteristics of all those different formal ways of presenting yourself and connecting to music.
Dancing, it has several layers to it. So one aspect is that it was a way to socialize within that society. And then also it was another way to display or express your innate physical nobility. Because I think the physical culture of a courtier was very developed and there was this high appreciation of quality. And it could be quality of thinking, quality of movement, and just grace. So dancing has all of those elements in there.
These are three composers from the late 17th century, and they all have slightly different musical accents, but they're basically speaking the same vocabulary. So it's kind of wonderful to experience. For us, Charpentier is someone we've known and loved for a long time now. We did several recordings now, one of which got our Grammy, which we're very proud of. But this really interesting figure, de Lalande, is someone that we have not worked in before. So finding out exactly how his musical language works is very interesting.
It sounds absolutely fabulous. There's also a lot of laughter in this, but as we're not able to watch the rehearsals, I don't quite know what the joke is, so I'm looking forward to seeing a whole rehearsal and understanding the joke. But I get this is where you laugh, you keep saying, and so we then hear the wonderful laughter. It's a visual delight, it's an audio delight, and we're not an everyday event. We come together rarely, and when we do come together, you shouldn't miss us.